Did you think of something?
Yeah, he was outside. It was uncovered and the rain could fall there. Why? Do you think the rain could have affected the crime scene? That thought has occurred to us before. We've even expanded the search area to try to account for that, but didn't find anything of value. Oh? Wait.
So you're saying, yeah. And if the...
I really think... Alright.
Yeah, we're gonna make...
Do you want to go with me now? Great.
Bisa kesini aja nih. Sembari ini ada situ. Anjir. Sebentar lah. Ambil itu dulu. Ini apa sih? Ini apa? Balon energi. Ke sana. Ya. Betul.
Follow the wind. The wind knows me. One with nature. Follow the wind.
There's no need to be so surprised. While it may look like a ship, it's actually Spina di Rosula's headquarters. My father was the one who asked for it to be built like this. Perhaps our taste in exterior design is the only thing we occasionally had in common. A gigantic and glamorous ship embodies discovery, opportunity, ambition, and conquest. It symbolizes Spina di Rosula's bright and limitless.
And Paimon thought you were bluffing when you. Paimon was confused, but now that Paimon has seen this ship for herself, she's been convinced.
Well, Poisson is where Spina di Rosula began, after all. It's our main base, our home.
Time to go.
Nah, itu dia.
I got plenty of spare more left. Might as well take it easy.
Baik gerak sama sekali nih orang.
Yeah.
Melus, we're back!
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle, and our most important partner. You said before that you still had...
You still remember?
Yes, the case was quite similar to that of Mr. Linney's.
Could you tell us?
Yeah, of course. Many years ago, at a glance.
Wait!
Yes, he did. If you drink synth for... And if you were to stop, as he oversaw...
Bosses not only that...
Yes. Recognizing that, the man's name was that night, but then... Sounds just like looking back on it, though. I'm not precise, but considering it now, you're right.
Jacques was an empath. I think this... On that note, however... Our opponent, even though Spina, there is no need...
If that's indeed what he wished for, was I not the closest person to him? What was the point of him dying without sharing any of the secrets he knew? Synth is still here. Callus the Unfaithful. Did he think I've never accepted. I want to find...
Flavia,
This is indeed...
So you do know something else, Malus.
Yes, but what drove...
What?
And the serial 5 years, knowing all, but as long... If something were to...
right.
As we've seen,
No. I don't believe it. He never...
no father wants their daughter to see them weak and haggard. Especially someone as proud as Boss. To him, dying in a duel and suffering lasting dishonor as the unfaithful.
So he chose to die in silence, so that he could
I'm afraid you're not understanding this correctly. If Boss's spirit could hear you telling me that you want to find the answer for the sake of everyone involved, I'm sure he'd be extremely proud.
That fool. No. He might have set up everything Is that the amount of confidence he had in me? And what if I was never able to make it to where I am? Yeah. I suppose that's true. But thankfully, he rarely talked to me about complex matters, and thus understood little of me as a person. Malus, what was the key?
It's the locate when he was threatening, but if you...
Why? If we know...
You mustn't forget that we're fighting against him. There's no telling what, but a single... The worst case...
Then, in the...
Well, you saw...
But things are...
You sound like you've put a lot of...
I am the butler. I've always been willing to take on any kind of...
Thank you for all of that, Malus.
Let me think. When I announced orders to the... If the vendors did... After several... The first...
Huh?
Yes, thanks to his... There's someone else like him, too. Marcel.
Uncle Marcel.
It's a guild in Poisson. In the beginning, they were...
So...
Yes, you can say it's...
The final suspect is Thierry, the man responsible for coordinating information between Spina di Rosula and the guards. Although the guards mostly leave us to our own devices, since Thierry is always in the know about...
I see. To think that the...
If you want to invent...
Of course.
You're too kind. And before I forget, proving bosses after that incident, if it might help...
Aw, thank you so...
A new case awaits, my dear partner. I hope we can...
Time to go.
Turun lagi.
It is settled, then.
Thank you for arranging...
Excuse me, miss.
Hey, Navia's all quiet. This isn't like her at all.
I'm sorry.
Ah, if it's...
But aren't all of those things nothing compared to the loss of Jacques?
You don't
I didn't know how to face you. Because I didn't know what I could possibly bring. I know only the full truth could bring closure to you. And to all of us.
I'm sorry. I appreciate the sentiment, but you don't have to carry all that guilt. On the matter regarding my husband, my daughter and I have more or less found our answer already.
Would you mind sharing it with me? I really can't believe that my father could ever bring himself to shoot Jacques.
I always knew that my husband's money was earned through others' suffering. He told me countless times that if he could turn back the clock, he would never go into the synth business again. He had many regrets, and felt that he took the idea of providing for his family too literally. For the longest time, he thought Mora was everything. So when Mr. Callus came to him with a proposal, he accepted it almost immediately. He tried to be as careful as he could, but even so, he was still found out by the higher-ups.
They found out about his betrayal?
Papa didn't say that exactly, but Papa did tell me that I should never be ungrateful.
Before he left that day, he told me that he had no choice. It was only later that I realized it was his final farewell to the two of us. I don't know that for sure. Which is why I'm the one who should feel guilty. Even if...
But Mama, Papa always...
Well,
Yeah.
then you should hold up regardless of what...
Oh.
Thank you.
Thank you. Even though your personality is quite different from your father's, your determination when you speak is...
You really think that's...
Are you okay, Navia?
I'm fine. Don't worry. Let's investigate the 3 suspects next. Laurent should be nearby, and we should be able to find Thierry and Uncle Marcel in the city. I'll get myself...
Greetings, boss. How may I be of assistance today?
I'm sure you've heard about what happened at the Opera House?
Yeah, I've heard.
It also... After my partner here, can you do me a favor and
After that, my first react, but when I got there...
So you also...
Indeed. Reason being, but according to the about the clothes left at the scene that you mentioned. Do you think there was a third...
At least from our perspective, my father had no reason to kill. So he would also have no reason to bring an extra gun with him. The gun he was holding probably belonged to Jacques, or a third person on the scene.
Yeah, that makes a lot of... But hold on. He didn't even want to... Did he lose all...
About that, I'll tell you everything.
I understand. And if I may just... Many people have... But it was Mr. Callus's trust that allowed me to rise through the ranks of Spina di Rosula and live the life I lead today. No matter what others might say, he'll always be the man I respect the most. And he'll always be my boss.
Don't worry. I will definitely find the truth. You and all our other comrades at the Spina deserve to know the truth as well.
It's just like teachers. You gotta invest a lot before you can start.
Hey, Thierry! It's...
Oh!
Oh,
Oh, okay.
are you sure there isn't a...
I mean, with Callus to defend, it would be next to Anyway.
Ah, yes. What happened at the op...
Ah, if you want to go through...
That'd be much...
Of course. Why do you ask?
Well, so... if you...
Then you think too highly of my abilities. Dispatching mecha is very different from controlling them. If I had to make an analogy, when you order a dish, the chef will make it for you. You can ask the chef to cook, but not to massage your shoulders or carry your baggage. If you try to make unreasonable demands, the chef would just think you're out of your mind and ignore you completely. The same goes for me and my Gardamex. Removing a serial number is also not as easy as you might think. There are a lot of complex steps to it, and it's almost impossible to keep it a secret. So I can promise you, those mecha were definitely private units. They're certainly not cheap. So whoever their owner is must be super rich, powerful, or both. Now that you mention it though, being in the synth business would definitely be profitable enough to afford this.
Oh, then you're officially in the clear, Thierry.
Oh, well, thank you for the vote of confidence, Navia. Jokes aside, I'd like to wish you all the best with your investigation. I'll be staying in the city for a little while, so just come find me if you need any support from the guards.
Time to go.
Just what will we come across this time? Propagate!
darahnya berkurang ya?
Which is more valuable? Unlimited Mora or unlimited
Ini mah. Lagi live.
Hello. How may I help you?
I'm here to see Marcel. Could you please let him know? You can just say Navia's looking for him.
Sure. I will let him know right away.
Navia, hello. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm not as young as I used to be, so my legs are giving out a bit.
Oh, it's all right, Uncle Marcel. There's no need to stress. I just wanted to talk to you briefly about what happened in the Opera House. I'm sure you saw everything too, right?
Yes, I've never seen anything so strange.
Oh, you were at the Opera House too?
That's right. I went there with Navia to see the magic show. Who knew it would turn into a whole... I also witnessed your marvelous... To beat the Hydro Art...
Oh.
Apologies. It's just how Fontaine is...
Uncle Marcel...
Yes.
Exactly.
Oh, and...
We were attacked on Araneus by some unnumbered Gardamex. And there was also if not for the vigilance of...
Oh, you're giving us too much...
Alas, it seems things are heating up again. But rest assured, if anyone dares to lay their hands on you there, the Confrérie of Cabriere will use its funds to the last Mora to bring them to justice.
Thank you. Uncle Mark, do you have any new thoughts on...
The confrérie was responsible for that banquet. So I was out and about the whole time, making sure things were... Then I heard the sound of a gunshot.
Oh, it's okay.
Sounds good. All my wealth comes from...
We've talked to all 3 suspects, purely based on their conversations with me.
None of them sounded particularly suspicious.
I suppose that's to be expected, though. If a single conversation's all that's needed to find them out, then my father wouldn't have needed to investigate the case for so many years. Anyway, even though we didn't make a breakthrough, let's still compile what we were able to find.
But where should we start? Ah, you're right! Flora mentioned that Callus probably only ended up with the gun.
According to Jacques' family member, if I had to guess, he probably received an order from the synth boss to kill my father. Had he refused, he and his family's lives would have been forfeit.
So, Jacques fired the first shot?
Oh? And why is that?
Ooh, that's a good point. Jacques probably...
So, what would make more sense from his perspective? Makes sense. Besides Jacques, it's obvious.
Do you think...
Given everything... But who among the 3 suspects would have the ability to control privately owned Gardamex? Florent? It is true that he was closest to my father, but as Spina di Rosula's advisor, his...
So you're saying...
Exactly. He can't. And even if he could, I don't think he would be able to dispatch a whole group so quickly. Uncle Marcel? My father did really trust him. And they worked together on... And with funds from the... Still, also, wouldn't this mean he has been spending a whole lot of mora and energy to fight his own... Thierry, you say? It is possible that he's figured out a way to convert the Gardamex for personal use. But
Halo, what's
I
up?
didn't feel like he was
Halo
lying
juga,
when he
halo,
was talking to
halo.
us about the mecha.
Har.
I also don't think he'd
Yeah,
be
what's
able to
up?
keep
Hello.
that kind of tampering under wraps.
Yeah. Had he actually tampered with the mecha, we'd be able to... If the mecha...
Who could it be? You know, if you think everything...
Could we be missing a...
The suspect is knowledgeable about the Spina's Even if I don't want to believe it, I'm starting to see how things...
Well, we still have another trump card on top of all the theorizing and speculating.
Yes. We need far more solid proof before we can hope to go charging in on our enemy.
Navia, here you are. Oh, I've been looking for you.
Huh? Aren't you the guy from the guards? Did something happen?
Yeah. News came from Irenaeus just after you left. We've got another trial on our hands.
Wasn't that place built specifically for holding trials? What's so newsworthy about this one?
I know. But they said the person they're putting on trial is a Fatui harbinger called Tartaglia.
Aduh, payah.
What? Is that someone you know?
Yeah.
Enggak
We know
sepele
him.
kok.
Well,
Ini udah separuh.
he's been a...
Wait, how?
That's what I thought. If the charge against...
Right.
Yeah.
Huh? Split up? What do you mean? Just since this is a trial about the serial disappearances case, the culprit's attention will be focused on Irenaeus, leaving his home base wide open. You're right.
Tadi aku nggak
This
ngebaca
is
dari
our best
dapur.
opportunity. All right then, let's do this. I'll stall them at the Opera House and
Tapi kan
charge
kadang
Marcel
kan
as the true culprit.
Isinya sama si
I
Trevor
won't
loh.
have any chance of making that charge stick, though, unless we find more evidence. It'll be up to you to make it back in time.
We'll help you, just like you helped us in Linny's trial.
Demoiselle, please allow us to accompany you.
I'm ready.
Ah, Malou, Silver.
We heard that you'll be... It's our hope that...
See you then. Now that Navia has set out for Irenaeus, we should also get going. The location has already been marked on the map, so let's head over.
Apa nih bola-bola?
Absorption test. Yeah.
to Malusa's info, the synth production base is underwater. Let's go and try to find the entrance.
Saatnya menyelam.
Finally found it! Huh. So this is the entrance that leads to the synth production base. Ah, you're right. An important place. Navia's probably...
It would appear that I must repeat. Do you accept?
To be perfectly honest, I don't understand your country's complicated court. However, I did hear that people who have been charged can. In which case, as long as I accept the charge, I've got to admit that when I privately sparred with her last time, she was obviously holding back.
Hey! Don't you understand? You're currently the prime suspect for a major case. This isn't the place for you to be looking for fights.
Oh? Sounds like the Hydro Archon wants to lecture me on the ways of the Opera House. Then why don't you duel me too? I'm the kind of student that learns best in the heat of battle.
No. That's not what I meant.
Alas, it would appear that communication with the defendant is going poorly, and we have made very little progress. In that case, let me explain everything from the very beginning again. The goal of this trial is to determine the culprit behind the serial disappearances case.
That case had nothing to do with him. You've got the wrong man.
Huh? What's going on? Why is she interjecting again?
I told you it couldn't be one of the Fatui Harbingers.
Miss Navia, this is the second time you've interrupted the court proceedings. I only tolerated your behavior last time because you were able to provide the court with a key eyewitness. But that was an exception rather than standard court protocol. I can very well charge you with contempt of court for your interjections.
Oh, please. Did you ever think I had any respect for this place's pointless theatrics? We can put that discussion aside for now. I'm not here to argue with you. I'm here to charge the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case. And if my charges prove true, then Tartaglia here will be proven innocent by default, correct?
Oh, a young lady has charged in and offered to clear my name. How fascinating. Well, I'd gotten half bored to death by all these rules and procedures anyway, so I'll take you up on that offer. So, Your Honor, is there nothing else for me to do now?
You may take a seat for now in the audience, but that doesn't mean the suspicions against you have been lifted. Now then, Miss Navia, who is the person you would like to charge instead?
That person is... of Cabriere!
Huh? What confrery? Never heard of them in my life.
I've heard of them, but weren't they Spina di Rosula's sister organization?
Oh, is this going to be a friends to enemies type situation?
Please let me remind you, Miss Navia, that charging someone is an incredibly serious matter. Committing to the charge also means taking on the legal responsibilities associated with it. And if the charge fails, depending on the circumstances, you may also be charged with the crime of making a false accusation. Knowing this, do you still wish to charge this man?
Yes, I do.
In that case, I declare the charge to be valid. Miss Navia and attorneys, please take your places on the court. Members of the guards, please contact Mr. Marcel right away so that he may stand trial. Mr. Marcel, you will not require an attorney. Is that correct?
Apologies. It all just happened so quickly. I still haven't figured out what's going on. I think an attorney won't be necessary. This is probably just a misunderstanding between me and Navia.
Very well. In that case, since both sides have now arrived, Miss Navia, please present your charges.
I would like to take everyone back to 3 years ago, to the case of Callus the Unfaithful. Only through elucidating what really happened in that case can we connect all the dots for the serial disappearances case.
Navia, do you really think that I was the one who killed your father? Come on, why would I do that? Callus was my benefactor, and remember, both you and I only ran to the scene when we heard the sound of a gun. If that's enough to make me a suspect, wouldn't that make everyone at that banquet a suspect as well?
I think there's no point in getting into the specifics right now. The audience doesn't even have the big picture yet. Even I'm struggling to remember some details of that case.
Exactly correct, Your Honor. I must refresh everyone's memory about that case before I can explain my charge and reasoning.
I see. In which case, I will recount the findings about that case as originally recorded by Maison Gardiennage. On the day of the murder, Spina di Rosula hosted a large banquet in a countryside estate owned by the Confrérie of Cabriere. During the banquet, all attending guests heard When the guests arrived at the scene, they found the guard's investigation did not. The suspect did not dispute this conclusion, and also declined to defend himself in court. Instead, he chose to prove his innocence through a duel. Callus was defeated by champion duelist Clarand in the. These are the known facts about the case.
The one with the motive to kill was Jacques, not my father. And even so, Jacques still had no reason to pull the trigger. In truth, the third person shot Jacques first, and was shot in turn by my father when my father seized the gun from him. After that, the true culprit turned the third person into water, erasing all traces of him from the scene. Thank you for the summary, Your Honor. Of course, the guard's conclusion appeared quite sensible to us at the time. However, we should revisit the case now that we've gained new information about the abilities of water from the primordial sea. The testimony of the however, this assassin for... A pile of cloak, but now it is clear that since it... Realizing this, the true culprit caused the hired assassin to dissolve into water, leading everyone to believe Callus was responsible for Jacques' murder. This is the true version of events.
That's what happened. Wait, you're telling me something as dangerous as water from the primordial sea has been used for all these years?
What a great theory. It also explains Callus's and Jacques' respective motives. I guess they didn't shoot each other after all.
Mr. Marcel, you are the one being charged with the crime. You should provide a rebuttal if you wish to prove your innocence.
Ah, but I think I agree with everything Navia just said. In fact, there was nothing in her speech that directly implicated me.
Then, may I ask some questions? In my opinion, we primarily need to determine two things. One, do you have the evidence to back up your claims?
I'm afraid not. At least not at this very moment.
Boo! If you don't have any evidence, you should just go home.
I may not have the evidence with me, but I know where I could go to collect it. If we look up the deserted clothes against a record of people who went missing around the same time, we should be able to find a match. Considering the serial disappearances case, the guards probably kept careful records of all missing persons from around that time, regardless of age or gender.
That makes sense to me. Monsieur Neuvillette, I would consider this to be a reasonable investigative direction.
Why do I feel like Farina's acting a little differently today?
Maybe she's scared of embarrassing herself again?
Alternatively, she's become more diligent after charging an innocent citizen in the last trial.
My second question has to do with the ensuing duel. If the truth is indeed as you described, then why didn't Mr. Callus explain himself in court? If he had testified that a person had been dissolved, he could have at least mounted a defense.
I've thought about this too, and the answer is actually pretty simple. He felt there were things that were more important to him. The dissolving power of water from the primordial sea is an important secret for the true culprit of the serial disappearances case. My father could have exposed it for all to see, but he chose to take it to the grave. At that time, Spina di Rosula was in dire straits, and his reputation had already been shattered. He had what was certain.
Boss once told...
What? If the secret had gotten... Of course, the guards might eventually figure out the truth of the matter, and determine that we were in the right. But what good would that do? How can a hollow verdict protect anyone? Had this opera house ever given my father any kind of confidence in its brand of justice, Spina di Rosula would have had no reason to exist. But by staying silent, we retained the ability to deter our opponents and continue the stalemate. I was able to become Spina di Rosula's president, which made me harder to target, as well as giving me more time to grow and learn. And once I have figured out the truth and stepped up to the challenge, I will do what this opera house cannot, and restore my father's truth and honor back to him.
So, you mean to say, your father intended to die in the duelist's ring?
That's right.
Do you have any proof?
Of course. All you need is to ask his opponent, Clarand. I don't need your apology, your guilt, or your support from the shadows. You don't have to do anything for my sake. But since he entrusted his will to you, Clarand, you should tell us the truth about his sacrifice.
So, during the duel, did you believe that Callus was intending to die?
Yes, I did. As a champion duelist, I've fought many battles and taken a countless number of dishonored lives. In my line of work, I've seen all kinds of people give their all for the faintest hope to continue living. Some were determined, others passionate, and some even manic and twisted. Just one look and I can tell if a duelist is hoping to live or if they're looking to die. I hereby swear on my name and honor as a champion duelist that Mr. Callus never intended to leave the ring alive.
Since that's your testimony, I have no more questions. It appears there really are good grounds to reopen this case.
I concur. However, Miss Navia, you still have not explained the link between your father's case and the serial disappearances case.
Right? What she said was fascinating, but kind of beside the point.
Wait, weren't they just talking about the serial disappearances case?
Of course, Your Honor. The two cases are connected via a matter of timing. In my father's case, the culprit intended to kill both Jacques and Callus. As a result, they planned to act after hearing 2 gunshots. And at the end of Linny's trial, the culprit also only dissolved the victim in front of everyone because they realized the culprit could only time their actions so precise. Coincidentally,
So that's why I'm used to it, though.
No need to.
I won't try to. On top of that, does a person have to be physically present to control?
Know what she can say to that.
I know that even with that, alas, who won't feel at least a little hurt? But if I were to dismiss this, do you know what the big...
I suppose you...
It's time. I'm a businessman in addition, but the disappearance has been...
I do apologize.
No.
Is there anything else? You can also take a look at my border entry records, or ask my friends and family when I left Snet. Could those records and testimonies do something to appease the unspeakable anguish in your heart?
Seems like she got the wrong guy.
At this rate, Navia will be convicted for falsely accusing him.
I think you've done a superb job of dissecting your father's feelings as he neared the end of his life. But aren't you going against all of his wishes and expectations right now? He wished for you to become more rational, collected, and conscientious, instead of dwelling only on your own feelings. Once you've learned to be more considerate of others' feelings, and to stop rushing headlong into things, you'd have met most of his expectations.
This isn't just about me, and it never has been. The biggest difference between me and the rest of the victims is that I still have the ability to search for the truth, while that same agency has long been taken from them. The people whose families were destroyed by synth abuse, the people who lost their loved ones to the serial disappearances, and the people who suffered tragic ends due to their sense of justice. Many people's images are flashing before my eyes. I'm sure some are coming to those of you in the audience as well. And whose image do you see, Marcel? Is it a man named Vacher?
Huh.
Oh, so you do know that name.
I'm merely surprised you'd suddenly say the name of someone I've never even heard of.
I was waiting for you to say that. him to death.
Abang lagi tim.
Whoa! The floor is going up! Is it because of this mechanism in the middle?
Lagi live.
That guy really prepared a lot of stuff for this.
Kan besok enggak, emang nanti kan enggak live. Tapi ini juga jalan. Sabar. Astagfirullahaladzim.
Paimon thinks we need to go up, but Paimon doesn't see a way. Let's take a
Jalan
look
yuk nak
around.
yuk.
Maybe
Jam
we'll
setengah
find a
tiga dah, yuk jalan yuk.
mechanism that'll show us the way up.
Assalamualaikum. Jalan. Mama, satu rupa. Jam 7 orang jalan sini, nah aku nggak kira streaming, Pak. Main terus. Sini.
The water level is rising. Now we can swim to the top. But this is still a ways away from where we need to go.
Halo. Karena mau olah bubur tadi diolah, udah lah.
A blade is like a tea leaf. Only those who sample it many times can appreciate its true qualities.
written in the stars. Leave my space. Whirling snow. Shadows of fate.
Sayonara special.
My apologies.
One with nature. As one with wind and cloud. This scenery is wonderful. Surely enough to convince anyone to become a wanderer.
Kenapa ditendang? Kenapa ditendang? Enggak. Ini kapi tendang tadi tuh, kau ngomong enggak? Hah? Ditendang enggak aja. Ya bangun nah. Tadi ini nah kapi nah tendang nah. Ini nih kenapa ditendang? Kau bilang enggak. Ya. Kenapa? Enggak. Apa? Hah? Kenapa kapi? Kenapa kapi? Ya. Mana? Jangan didorong.
Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of my home. This blade, it is the last link I have to the land of my birth.
Aneh bah. Kalau sebenarnya lah. There are leaves around, and I know just the tune to accompany them, if you wish to hear it. apa-apa jangan dimainkan.
Now the path is clear. Let's go.
Bila itu. What's up, guys?
This scenery is wonderful. Surely enough to convince anyone to become a wanderer. There are leaves around, and I know just the tune to accompany them, if you wish to hear it.
Pas sabi ako mag-imam, balik lagi. Kumanya kemana guys? Halo, kumagimang. Gak ada orangnya, guys.
This scenery is wonderful. Surely enough to convince anyone to become a wanderer. There are leaves around, and I know just the tune to accompany them, if you wish to hear it.
This is really good about Feel free to look around. If we're looking for the Leroy volume of the Tibet Trap, sorry, dear. The thing is, the author made it. It barely sold any copies. And the people for shit. The fact remains that I don't. Good shit of the two considered in Kingsville Village. It's a complete wreck. He will be able to behave himself as the conversation is booked.
Kamisato art! Sometsu! Take flight!
Into the wind!
Though, as expected, the that What's this over here? Looks like some kind of experiment. The experiment was a failure. No individual managed to resurface from the water from the primordial sea.
May lima.
He was a regular customer. Did somebody say out of print books? Is there a chance that Volume 6 of Legend of Apologies managed? Clara, since you and I are both in search of lost books, just take it as a chance.
Read the rest. Paimon's too scared to keep going. So, wait, did he really think he'd be able to find a way just by dissolving people over and over? That's just insane! Do we have a copy of a real volume of the Snack Trap? It's very interesting.
Oh, are you? To think I'd lived in the...
Isn't that the name you heard by the fountain?
Shot.
Paimon thought he was an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case. You mean Vache is the one who did all of these?
Hi, Kiana. What's up?
It's James. Understand.
So that's it? No, that's not it.
Hello. What's up?
If that's the case, why would he want in any case?
Right, just once a year. Last year it was the Yuhan of the Leo cheating that was given the honor of asking for the... Paimon knows what? The Leo cheating. That's what foreigners always say. The true controls the cheating. Stay in
There's an important looking basin over here. And it's full of water. That means this is where they make all the sin. If you dilute it with water, will take it. Let's see what's written. Callus. Navia's father. Oh, this seems to be This should prove the existence of the third person, right? We still have not determined the exact content of the key information Callus has passed on to certain members of his organization. The old dog's a real menace to deal
anak
with.
mudanya pada sibuk main game
He
mungkin.
abides by the promise he can act whenever he wants. I concur. Let's send someone to
Kalau
kill
mama
him.
sih ya
He won't declare war as long as we don't
nyuri-nyuriin aja.
Oh, seems like we've got a bunch of correspondence between the higher-ups. What's all this? Pink accessories, a hair tie, a necklace, even a makeup box. Oh, Paimon sees it too.
First time in the year?
What?
Actually, it's my first time to see the rite of descent. Look, that's Miss Ningguang of the Leo Shishin. Only those who have control in Leo can present. Oh, yeah, not sure either. Double attend. Sorry.
Nyono tahu mana? Oh. Loh, kok ditarik pesannya?
Oh,
Mana lagi sih?
you know what? I've already made my... Wait! Dang! Great! Now that I'm done with the witch... The hour is upon. Let's slap a second kill. Steal the exit. What? Did she just say the Geo Archon? Oh no! God! Looks like they're nabbing suspects who got to Pirate's Ring. Wait, where are you going? There's a whole bunch of soldiers out there too! Your identity! You may not be the killer, but we can't let the... But can we even get out of this thing?
There's nowhere to run. Hey, girlie, hold still.
Assalamualaikum. Ada panggilan masuk. Ada.
Muslim. Sih. Kenapa kebangun? Anu. Datang bareng. Boleh bangun. Takut. Oh well, I did need to be bobo. Aku nggak bisa bobo. Enak nama kamu gorengan. Enak aku bilang. Kalau ada. Gimana beli itu salah banana yang pisang goreng. Itu yang mewangi.
Bangudin.
Mana itu bangun? Itu yang harumnya baunya. Depannya.
Kan situ dekat jualan di ayam.
Berapa ya?
Ya sekolah itu.
Ya,
Kenapa disukai? Ini
oh iya kah?
tamannya manusia kali enak tapi sekali.
Ayo pergi pasar kita. Ayo.
Lagi kak.
Pergi belanja. Di pisang. Atau bikin ki bawang. Nanti malam.
Kenapa kisi-kisimu? Aku belum nonton.
Oh iya di nempel. Gak mau kak.
Papa lanjut live dulu bentar lah. Ya. Gibah.
Jangan bilang nonton.
Ntar dulu, Papa lagi lanjut live nih.
Whoa! There's so much synth here! And so many bottles of ingredients that probably just contain the waters of the primordial sea.
Boleh. Gak bawa aja paket ke kita.
Kau pakai nani tadi ya?
Boleh pernah dengar. Pernah ingat di Kela.
Kenapa dia minum kamu tapi tidak gampang? Hai, lucu.
Ya. Bilang kak tadi tunggu sebentar. Mungkin kak.
Kalau begitu kasih kok kak. Karena di sini
Kayak banyak ya maka sedang beli anu saya beli burger.
gimana?
Mixing in progress. Ready to
Malam, Pi.
drink? Stock sample? Huh. They've also got all the synth pretty clearly labeled.
Malam, Pi.
Whoa, there's even fruit flavored synth?
Ah. Ya.
Bauci kasi pa ni mana
Hah?
ini mah. Topik merah nih enggak?
Hah?
Bautnya tuh. Penutupnya nih.
Yep, it's super obvious. We've looked at almost everything here. Yeah, we haven't found anything that no wonder even Neuvillette wasn't that way. Even if we bring all this back, sure thing. You take that side and Paimon will take this side. Check everything carefully. We'll find something for sure.
Udah paparlap mah. Ada. Mama jangan makan itu mah dipatuhkan mah.
Nothing at all. And Paimon can't even find snacks either. Whoa, really? Let Paimon see. Vinier. Isn't that Vache's lover's name? Then you found her diary. Let's see. Aw, it's just a normal diary chronicling their love story. She was so sweet, too. Oh, Paimon feels even worse for her now. Was she unhappy with all of them? The final name she decided on was Marcel. Wait, but Marcel's pretty old. Has this case been going on for so long that he's Vacher and Vinier's grown son? Hey! Paimon still hasn't figured it out yet.
Yo, what's up? Anak yang rusak. Diam. Hey.
And whose image do you see, Marcel? Is it a man named Vacher?
Huh.
Oh, so you do know that name.
Hey.
I'm merely surprised you'd suddenly say the name of someone I've never even heard of.
I was waiting for you to say that.
Navia! We're back!
As expected of my partner. I just knew you'd return in the nick of time.
Just how often do you intend to flout the rules of this court?
It's all right, Monsieur Nervalette. Given their confidence, I expect they've found the crucial evidence. But the truth of it, Marcel, is that you've always been Vache.
Kawatan.
Huh?
We've investigated your lair and we already know everything! After your lover, Venier, was dissolved, you kept abducting young women to experiment on the hopes of bringing her back to you! You even created
So that's it. And with that,
This information, well, Marcel, you fixated your... So,
You also never...
For our determination.
Mr. Marcel, please speak up now if you would like to...
Do you think... Pay attention to you. What for? No one helped me. No one even believed me. All those decades ago, even the officers from the Maison Gardiennage were laughing at me. They said there's no way a human being can turn into water. So I must have gone mad from grief. Vinier's death was brushed away by all of you as if it didn't matter at all. Well, now you know, don't you? Ha! Well, it's too late now. All those who were dissolved are gone forever. You only have yourselves to blame. You set up this ornate opera house in pursuit of your so-called justice, your beloved drama, while turning a blind eye to the suffering of the people. Venier is dead. We promised each other that we would always be together. Wherever she goes, I will follow. But I'm not from this blasted place, so I can't be dissolved, no matter what I do.
Hey, is that water from the primordial sea that he's drinking?
I can't dissolve! Can't dissolve! Can't dissolve! Do you all see? I can't go, I can't follow. So if I can't go where she is, what choice do I have but to try to bring her back? I did all of that, and in the end, that accursed Callus still got the better of me. I spent my entire life living on pins and needles, only to get stabbed by his idiot daughter at the very end.
The suspect is exhibiting signs of
Don't touch me! Vignette, please!
At this point, the...
Fine by me.
Traveler, please... The man now known as Marcel was originally named Vache and worked as an adventurer with his partner. During an underwater expedition, Venier accidentally came into contact with water from the primordial sea and was dissolved. Vache learned of the primordial water's existence through the work of others and began to kidnap young to cover his tracks. During the course of his research, Vache discovered that, however, as he accumulated wealth to fund after exchanging, although the assassination, and just recently, however, his attempt to thus conclude. The oratrice will now... According to the judgment of the oratrice mécanique, guilty.
guards, take Vache.
Good. It's what he deserved.
With that, the
We really just wit.
He's hurt so many innocent people, huh? Are you okay?
Demoiselle, you were...
The day our late boss...
Yeah.
Well now, hasn't this been a most delicious piece of drama? The villain has been caught, justice has been served, past wrongs have been righted, and it's a big ol' happy... Since it's been such a great show, I'll just let the false accusations against me slide. Either way, I've still got some business to attend to. So, if you'll excuse me...
Please wait just one moment, Mr. Tartaglia.
Ugh, what now? None of this has anything to do with me.
According to court protocol, since this trial was initiated due to a charge against you, a verdict must also be made regarding the initial charge before the trial can conclude.
Oh, come on. Is this really necessary? Haven't you already caught the real criminal? Isn't it time for side characters like me to exit stage left?
Please respect...
All right, but this sure is a lot of hassle. All I need to do is stand over there, right? Let's just get this over with.
Through evidence presented in the public trial that was just held, It has been established that Mr. Tartaglia has no direct connection to the serial disappearances case. The guilty party has been identified, and thus it is logical to suppose Mr. Tartaglia is innocent of the charges. We now turn to the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale to render the final verdict on the charges. According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, Mr. Tartaglia is guilty.
What?
Hey, hey! That's not funny! Didn't you just say I'm supposed to be innocent? What's with this verdict? Is your justice machine malfunctioning?
Huh? This has never happened before. The Oratrice actually returned a different verdict from the Chief Justice.
I mean, have you ever heard of an innocent Fatui Harbinger? Do you think the Oratrice might have just convicted him on general principle?
But weren't the charges about the serial disappearances case? No matter what else he's...
The judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale is, by law, the final verdict of the court. Guards, please take the suspect into custody per court protocol.
So this is how justice is done in Fontaine. What a joke. You've got your rules. Well, I've got mine too!
He's activating his spell legacy!
I am sorry. If you have been wronged, we will find the truth. But the rules of the court must be upheld.
Hey, Monsieur Novelette, what's going on? Shouldn't they have been cleared already?
Apologies. This is also the first time I've encountered such a situation. However, according to the rules established at the conception of Fontaine's court system, the Oratrice's judgment is the final verdict of the court. All I do is follow court procedure. As for why the Oratrice arrived at the conclusion it did, you should probably ask someone more knowledgeable than me.
Why are you looking at me? I had nothing to do with it! I don't know what happened there either! Hey, stop staring at me!
What does Lady Farina mean by that?
She says she has no idea either, but that's impossible. Didn't she create the Oratrice herself?
Yeah, so are the verdicts reliable or not? Can results like this really be called justice?
My dearest, don't tell me.
But the way she looked just now...
However, given this end, if you thought Child had nothing to do with this, everything he's done, not to all shall be revealed in time. Now, having said that, although I hate...
So she chose to make her...
So you're saying...
She probably just put on that performance to save face. However, please...
All right. After all...
Emang udah ha?
Hey, what are you doing? Quick, stop him!
Traveler! Hey! Traveler!
Marcel! What are you doing over here?
Stop resisting arrest! Cease, or we'll add another charge to the list.
No, wait! I just want to ask the Traveler something. I'm not looking to run away. Please, please, just let me ask this one small thing.
Go on.
Thank you. Thank you. I was being led away when I finally realized something. Where did you first hear the name Vacher? I erased all records of that name. So, unless...
Are you still trying to prove your innocence? Give it up. You've already been convicted.
Really? You did? You're sure? You met her? But how could that be? The Fountain of Lucine? Then she's been so close to me all along. And I just never... Please, please give me a chance to talk to her again. Just let the Traveler take me to the fountain to see her one last time. This is the last request I'll ever make in my life. You can do whatever you want to me afterwards. I don't care.
What? Give an inch and you want to take a mile? Do you think serial killers get to make requests like that?
Paimon agrees. Why should we...
This request.
Of course! Wait, no. It's worth even more than my life.
Humans. Will they betray the instinct to live just to satisfy spiritual needs? Very well. I will grant your request.
Your Honor, I fear that...
I will go with him. You do not need to worry about any escape.
In that case, I shall leave him in your most capable hands, Chief Justice.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor.
Ini lengkapi kan, ini lengkapi. Ayo, aja yuk.
Yoo-hoo! Yoo-hoo! Yoo-hoo, yoo-hoo!
Ini questnya ini sampai kapan belum selesai?
Is this the place? You said she's here, but what do I need to do to see her?
Yeah.
Vacher.
Yes, that's it. So you heard it too.
Oh,
Yeah,
copy.
it's me! It's me, Vacher!
Vacher? Vacher.
I'm here! I'm here! Where are you, Vignier? I'm coming for you. I'm finally here for you.
Hey, wait! Be careful! Hey, wait!
Vignier, is that you? It's me, Vacher! Vignier!
Vacher? Why did you come? Didn't I say? You don't need to look for me. You look a lot older than I remember.
It's been more than 20 years. I've suffered for over 20 years all this time. Only the thought of bringing you back has kept me alive. Nothing else mattered to me. I must be dreaming. Vignier, you are my everything. I really don't know how...
But Vacher, if you ask me,
This world.
What are you saying?
If not for you, I would have finished my law degree and probably become a top-tier attorney one day. If not for you, I would have continued to pursue my love of the arts, and my works would have been displayed in the Palais Mermonia itself. If not for you, I would at least have been able to take care of my mother. And she would not have grown old and died alone, with nothing but the tears on her cheeks. It's all because of your selfishness, Vache. It's all because of you.
Wait, you are not Venier. Who are you?
You're right. I am not Venier. I am the sacrifices. Every woman who died by your hand, as our bodies dissolved, our consciousnesses flowed back to the primordial sea. Our thoughts circulated endlessly within the primordial sea, and we were no longer individuals. But we became one, just as streams of water come together in the sea. I'm Cressy, the only one.
Why?
She doesn't want to. This is what you get for. But did you ever consider? You are a liar. The only thing you. From the moment you're.
No! Yeah! She can't.
You still don't understand. When I said don't look for me, that came from the real Venier. But on top of that, she also said that because it's her final. She said that because she knew that if you did come here, we will show no mercy to you.
Vache.
Vache? Vache. 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 Drown.
Finally, we have some time to do shopping. Gosh, it's really been a long time since we've been able to relax.
Huh. Well met, partner. I knew something great was going to happen when I woke up in such a good mood today.
Even this weather can't put a damper on the demoiselle.
It's a pleasure to see you both again.
Oh, hey, Navia! It's been a few days. Paimon's already started to miss you.
Oh, now that it's everyone from this time.
It's been the...
What? Huh? Yeah, I believe that. To be fair, she was trying to.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, oh, and.
Oh, are you two on?
Well, it was thanks to her that we were.
Oh, that's.
Anyway, now that.
What is it?
I should pay a visit to my father's grave, and on top of that.
Miss Navia.
Indeed.
Sure thing.
And in that case...
Yeah.
Tapi makan makanan malamnya. Makan makanan malamnya tuh.
Huh? There's someone there already.
Baru bagi-bagi duit.
Isn't that Dervalet? Why would the Chief Justice be here? Huh? Navia?
My apologies. I should have asked before coming to pay my respects.
Don't say that.
Sorry about that.
Oh, I was trying to say there's no need for you to apologize. I wanted to show my father how much I've grown, but still, I doubt I've grown to the point that even the Chief Justice would feel compelled to apologize to me over and over.
In that case, I will stop apologizing for now.
Mobil.
You
Mahalan
really
biayanya
could
pula.
use some pointers on understanding human emotions, Monsieur Neuvillette. In any case, why did you come to Poisson?
There was once a time when I didn't want to believe. Oh, rather than. Which is also why I believed that but Mr. Callis proved me utterly and decisively wrong. If not for his sacrifice, Mr. Callis made the choice he did for his daughter, for his associates, and for many. And in the end, from a certain perspective, one could say that he did it all for a justice that's higher than. So, you asked me why I came here. I just wanted to say my apologies to Mr. Callis. This regret has filled me with that high and mighty chair in the Opera Epiclese indeed insulates one from many important things. Spina di Rosula, thank you so much for your hard work and perseverance.
Hey. Okay.
I'm sorry for being mad at you before. So, you're actually one of those types that's cold on.
Sorry about that.
Let's not disturb them for now. Paimon's never paid respects at someone's grave before. Did Paimon do anything rude there?
Sebenarnya situ tuh bisa kalau nyetok.
Oh no! Paimon. Anyway, Neuvillette is still standing around there. It's not often that we can catch him alone like this, so why don't we go talk to him for a bit?
Oh.
If we can't talk to Lady Farina, we can at least talk to him, right?
Kemarin ini nih. Di depan sini yang ini pindah sini. Bentar. Udah panjang. Udah keluar. Sudah. Kemarin ini pindah ke sini, yang ini pindah sini. Lebar. Tetap sini. Kayak nggak tahu mah. Mama juga. Terbang. Enggak. nyusu kah? Iya. Tegas orang. Keabian.
Delve into destiny. Oke. Kita hilapnya dulu.